see what's going on behind me here. Huge thunderheads. There's actually thunder coming out of this one right here behind me on this side. So I decided to upgrade my wind socks. What happens, I've got these little flagons that I put on these cane poles, just a cheap solution for wind indication, and they work really, really well. But what happens is over time, you end up, the wind, just after the first strong wind, really, it knocks about 2 feet of those ribbons off. I've tried making them a little longer. I've tried making them real long. I've been very gentle about how I tie them on there, but the wind always tears them off down about a foot. And when you're really high up at altitude, you can't get a good read on them. And it's like coming in blind, especially some gnarly stuff that I fly in sometimes. So I got these kite tails, kite streamers for like $3 off Amazon. And they're made out of the ripstop nylon, same stuff that they make our paragliding fabric out of. Hang these up and see exactly how it works. This is my main windsock. It's actually the furthest away from anything else in the yard, so it's out here in the wide open. So I'm gonna definitely put my new indicators on it. I can see it from a bedroom window too. So yeah, that looks much better. But we got thunder in the distance, so no fly for Kyle today. Morning, everyone. Gotta get a little Joe in me. Ain't woke up yet. I didn't even check the weather yet. We had storms yesterday evening. I had to abort the flying. Got woke up super early this morning. Just an odd thing. 2 close friends, both named Christy, had family members go missing. And both of their family members turned up dead last night. Like, they found their bodies. It's been kind of weird around here this morning. I didn't know the people. That phone's still banging off like crazy. Must be YouTube. And something else has come up that's kind of bothering me. Not really bothering me. There's been several comments over the last few months that I haven't really acknowledged about, you know, so-and-so did this better, so-and-so went higher. I'm not in this sport to compete. I don't even do spot landing competitions. You know, nothing more than a couple of guys trying to land on the spot or something, but I don't want what happened to my shooting to happen to paramotoring. I was a competition shooter and went all the way up to the semi-professional level. You know, I went and competed in the nationals, was 2nd or 3rd in the country, I forget. Anyway, went and shot for money, gun jammed on TV and everything. It was bad. It was really sucking the love out of the sport for me. And I don't want that to happen to paramotoring. Dale's been higher than me. Cheers. Tucker's been higher than me. That was awesome too. I'm not competing with anybody. Kyle does this because Kyle loves it. Nothing else. Love all you guys too. Let's check the weather. See what we're dealing with in North Louisiana today. Oh, my slow internet. Oh my gosh. Let's see today. I always check the regular weather first. I think I know what I want to do today. Like a storm chase thing. Kind of been a hobby of mine for a minute. Morning, Jen. I was just telling them that I think I'm gonna go chase a storm today. Maybe catch one growing and developing and...
Hi, can you do me a favor?
Highly variable.
Can you get rid of these ants that are right here?
I mix my own insecticides, by the way. I am a chemist. That's how you should get rid of the ants. Let's spray some poison down there. So I've been time-lapsing all morning, and there's some pretty good development going on in the sky. I've been studying on these time-lapses for a bit, and I thought that I might just let y'all know what I've been looking at, what I've been playing with this camera. It's a really good camera and it takes really good pictures, and I've been playing around with time lapses and watching the way thermals grow and build and subside and looking at how the edges of the cloud looks at any particular moment. So this may not be the most interesting video. Pretty interesting to me. I'm a weather guy. Watch it if you want. Today I'd like to catch a time lapse of one growing and like full development dropping, you know, that should be cool. I'm gonna go get some steak. We're gonna have a cookout swimming today because it's hot in Louisiana. All right, y'all, this clip here is basically the whole morning from about 9 something till noon something. I turned the camera off to go get some groceries. But you look at the thermals in the early morning, they're not very strong. They're just barely popping through the inversion layer there. And you can see where they're starting to build a little strength as the day goes on. I'm guessing this is around 10:30 happening right here. And it's a slow process. It's hard to look at with your eye. I mean, when you time lapse it, it almost looks like water, waves. And that's kind of what I picture it like in my mind as well. And watching these time-lapse videos have really clued me into what's going on with these thermals when you're trying to catch them and ride them. And see, now I just turned it so that we're looking crosswind to the thermals. And they're starting to really get developed here. We're probably in between the 11 and 12:30 hour right here. And it's I'm fixing to have to grab the camera and go to the grocery store, and I'm gonna bring it with me. Oh my gosh, it almost hurts my feelings to be going to the grocery store instead of going flying. Never fails. I've been flying a bunch this week. Sadly, every now and then you got to take a day off. I'm sure I'll probably get some this evening, but I'm getting geared up for Paracarnival, which means taking care of a lot of chores ahead of time. That's important, you know. I don't want to travel with the stress of having like, oh, I wished I would have done this or that. So that's what today is. Hey man, what's up?
Hey, Dad, I'm so sad he doesn't have to help me. Well, he did say that earlier.
What are you saying, Ian?
Nothing, never mind.
No, tell me.
That's true.
Tell me.
Hold on.
What am I waiting for?
Isaiah said, you know where his table is with all the Lego Dimension people on it?
Yeah, he's got tables with Legos, I know. I'm well aware of this.
Well, he said he doesn't have to clean up that part of the room.
Okay. Is he cleaning up?
Yeah, right now he is with me.
Are you cleaning up?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm calling you right now, but...
Well, then there's no reason to call. As long as y'all are both cleaning, get it done. It don't matter who does what. If you made the mess, you can pick the mess up. If he made his mess, he can pick his mess up.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know how to do this. There's no need to call me.
I know, right? Yes, sir.
So, get back to work. I'll be home in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, bye. I guess where these gray hairs are all coming from. Parenthood. I'm pretty sure that's it. So this is after I get back from the grocery store. If you look, the development is really starting to pick up. It's just a booming day. It would be great for free flight. Everything looks nice and together and uniform. But an interesting thing happens here. You can see we're looking out to the northwest crosswind of the winds. But even further in the background, you can see the winds aloft are going a different direction. That always trips me out. Now we're looking into the wind, and you're seeing everything is developing and getting super organized. I see a cloud streak forming right there in the middle. And then all of a sudden, everything just starts falling apart. Watch this. Look, the clouds are beautiful. They're lifting. And then right about here, everything just goes fuzzy. And there's a little bit of booming going on right there. But that's it. Once it breaks up, look, I switched the camera back. And again, there's some thermals, but look in the distance how they're stacked up and looking good. But right here, it looks like a blue hole. I mean, look, there's nothing. Everything just vanishes. And sometimes that happens and you bomb out and there's nothing you can do about it. Looks like the time lapse has developed. We got a blue hole right over where I was time lapsing. So I'm gonna switch the camera around and point it to somewhere else. We're having a swimming party. So I'm drinking beer in the pool today instead of flying. Pretty fun. It has its own merits. All right, enough of beer drinking, Kyle. I'm sober, Kyle, again. This is the latter part of the day, toward the evening, probably from, oh, I don't know, 4 to 7. Look at the development that's happening here. It just explodes in the distance there. And everything's starting to get organized, and it's not really streeting up or anything like it was earlier in the day, but you get these huge pockets of, look, this is the only sail that actually dropped rain. Look, you can see the rain down at the bottom part of that cloud. Starts right about there. Look, see the little rain falling there. That's pretty neat. And then I move the camera to get it in frame again, and then it just dissipates. So that was as big as it got. Now this here is just some previous footage that I'd been studying on, just random stuff that I captured with the camera. And just something that I was watching and looking where the thermals, they all seem to be growing out of the same spots. And that's coming from trigger points on the ground. Here's some streets that happened the day we broke the record out there at the airport. When we picked up Britain, when we did the Louisiana record. Look at these cloud streets forming up, man. I was so excited watching this. Like, come on, B, where you at? This is a day in the parking lot in front of the store. Watch this one here to the middle right. Look, it's fixing to form a compression wave above the cloud as it's growing. Thing is growing so fast. And then I think I got another shot of it here in a minute. And we can show you what's going on with it. Yeah, here it is going up fast. Same footage right here. Right there, it forms that little compression cloud above it as it's climbing. I always like that. It's like what happens on the front end of a jet right before they break the sonic boom. Yeah, here's another day looking out the window of the drugstore. Just some big development, man. Super fly day. Wished I would have been flying. So that's it, y'all. So that's going to be it for this video. Here's just another look at the little compression wave. Look at that big cloud on the right. Right there. You see it? That's pretty neat. I'm going to show you that again. And this is going to be Kyle out. I hope you like watching the clouds as much as I do. Or at least maybe you learn something from it. It's pretty interesting to me to film a day and then go fly in it and check it out. So y'all enjoy. This is Kyle out.